Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo, and I'm so sorry that I'm getting this video out to you so late. I'm just happy I was able to get a video out at all. I know that there's going to be a really short window for some of these plays, but I appreciate you guys understanding. I'm actually my wife and I are staying at my in-laws' house since we just had a baby. They're helping us out for a while, and so I've been kind of like bouncing back to our place to make these videos. Well, I'm going to be taking my whole rig to my in-laws since we're going to be there for the next couple of weeks, adjusting to our newborn baby. And so I should be able to get videos out at a much higher rate, more efficient. So I'm going to be all set up there, hopefully all good to go by tomorrow's video. So yeah, we had a good day yesterday. Let's take a look here. Ended up getting the sweep, went with the single unit, getting back into the swing of things. You guys know I like to do one flex, one power, just to kind of give myself a little bit more leeway there on essentially, you know, if we go 3 of 4, we still get a little bit of our investment back. And then if we sweep, we get a little bit more than just the normal flex. You know, we get that power attitude as well. So yeah, we took Ben Shepherd over 8.5 points, rebounds, and assists. He crushed this. I mean, he didn't crush it overall, but it was pretty sweat free. He had like 8 points in the first quarter, got it done pretty quick. Christian Braun took him over 19.5 points, rebounds. He went for 24. Dylan Brooks, it's funny because 10.5 field goals attempted. He was at 10 in the first half, and I'm like, he's going to crush this. And he still got it done for us pretty sweat-free, but he ended up ending with just 13, so I'm like, cool. And then Amen Thompson, we were liking his 1.5 dunks. He came out of the gates, and I think he got that for us in the first half as well, went for 3 dunks. So good day yesterday. I want to keep it rolling. You know, earlier when I was trying to put out a video, I actually really didn't like the board either. And so it was taking me forever. And if I can get this to load, it was kind of taking me forever. And then I ended up running late to another appointment today. So kind of happy because I like what I have now better than what I was looking at earlier when I was trying to put out a video. This is what we're going with. Chris Paul over 18.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Donovan Mitchell over 5 assists. Keyonte George over 26.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And Scotty Barnes over 5.5 assists. Let's start breaking it down. If you guys don't mind, do me a favor, like the video, drop me a comment. You guys are super helpful getting me in front of a larger audience, and the channel's growing, all thanks to you guys. So appreciate you. Let's get another sweep here. So yeah, Chris Paul, he's cleared this in 3 out of his last 5 games, 60% hit rate. And when he clears it, he gives us more than enough. You know, no stat corrections are going to undo this when he actually hits it. The matchup, pretty decent. 12th in points allowed, 23rd in rebounds allowed, 15th in assists allowed. We know we got De'Aaron Fox in the mix now, and his debut. Chris Paul still popped off for 24, even with De'Aaron Fox in the mix. So it's going to be pretty fun. I think De'Aaron Fox is a great fit for what they're doing out there in San Antonio with Wembanyama. So yeah, over the last 5 games, averaging 28.9 minutes a game, just 2.2 fouls, 39% from the field, just 3 made buckets. But he, you know, maybe not as much lately, but for a minute there, I mean, like still the majority of his shots are from beyond the arc. 4.8 attempts, shooting 38%, 1.8 made threes. A game over this 5-game stretch, 6.2 rebound chances, 12 potential assists. So I like him to get this done again tonight. Let's look at this note from Outlier. He's cleared this line in 7 of his last 8 games on the road. So especially getting this done on the road, his lowest outing of the ones he hit was 23. And then he had just the 1 game against Memphis where he only had 3 points, 4 rebounds, still put up 8 assists. But yeah, that's pretty solid. That's what we're looking for. 7 out of his last 8 games on the road. On these road games, he's averaging 30 minutes, 42% from the field, and 8 rebound chances, 14 potential assists. So everything's up just a little bit when he's on the road. So feeling good about this. I don't think we have any injuries to be concerned about. We don't. On the side of Charlotte, yeah, there is. I mean, LaMelo Ball, game time decision. Josh Green, game time decision. Dalton Connect, interesting, right? That's a pretty solid pickup for Charlotte. But I think he's a game time decision just because he was just recently moved there. Also, Yusuf Nurkic out there as well now, and so I'm sure he's just a game time decision because of, just recently getting out there. Let's take a look at the head-to-head, and then we'll move on. So yeah, as far as the head-to-head goes, I'm making sure I don't have any special settings on. Yeah, it's only showing 1, and he really popped off. 11 points, 7 rebounds, 9 assists. So went for 27, more than enough. Plenty of cushion there for us to hit that 18.5. So I'm going to be rolling it. Let's take a look at daily grind real quick. All right, so they like his points assists over 14.5. That does sound pretty good to me as well. 52.11% odds hit the over minus 127. The PRA they don't like at 18.5. They've got that slightly favored to the under. They do like his assists over 6.5. I also think that looks good. A lot of these overs that they like, I like as well. They like his rebounds over 3.5. So it must be, what do we have, like 10 total if we combine the single stats there, and then his points are at 8.5. So it must be the points in general that they think is a little too high. They've got the points heavily favored to the under. I'm very comfortable taking this full PRA though. I think that, with that first game out, I mean, the only thing is, like, I guess if you get into a little bit of a blowout, but I think he'll be able to get this done maybe in the first half for us. This is probably got to be a nasty spread. Let's take a look. 230.5 over under. Spurs favored by 10, expected, playing in Charlotte. So I'm going to be rolling it. I'm going with the PRA, but there are some options here. If you want, I do think the points assists look pretty good. The rebounds over 3.5. I wonder what his rebounds and assists are set at. Those are set at 10.5. That might be kind of nice too. But yeah, I think you're actually getting a pretty solid deal here because you're not getting penalized for taking the full PRA. If his single, if you combine his single stats for rebounds and assists, that's at 10, and then 8.5 is what his points line is set at. And we're not getting a bump there by taking the full PRA. So that's what I'm comfortable with. You guys figure out what you like and let me know what you take. So Donovan Mitchell, this is a great little note from Outlier here. We're getting it at 5. This note at 4.5 assists. He's cleared this 4.5. 13 of his last 14 games versus bottom 10 defenses for assists allowed. In those games, he's averaging 5.9. So I think that worst case scenario, we may be looking at a push here. If he just hits the 5, I would love to get that 4.5. But I think he could end up going for 6 and getting us the actual cash on this. Let's take a look at the matchup. 30th in assists allowed to shooting guards. If we take a look at the head-to-head, he's gone for at least 5 in 5 straight head-to-heads. Last time he played Washington, he went for 6, and then the time before that, he went for 7. And these were both games from this year. So, obviously there's huge blowout potential in this game. I don't even need to pull it up. Good Lord. 17.5, 239 over under. Cleveland favored by 17.5. So I understand if you're hesitant about the blowout, but I'm not necessarily concerned. I think he is just going to be able to dish it out a lot. Wow, surprisingly, last time they played, when he got the 6 assists, it was 105 to 115. And then even in this blowout, the first time they matched up, 118 to 87, he still went for 7 assists. Let's see how many minutes he had in that game. 28 minutes. He was able to get it done. So I like it. 5 seems nice and low. I'm going to be rolling with it. Let's see what Daily Grind thinks. I bet they probably don't like it. I feel like I'm spelling his name wrong. They probably don't like it since it's at 5. Donovan, maybe? There it is. Oh, gosh. Come on. Let's just do Dono. There it is. Yeah, they don't like the assists at 5. They have it at a 52.95% odds to hit the under. That's because everyone's got this at 4.5. Well, actually, FanDuel has it up at 5.5. So go with your gut. I'm just looking at the history of the play and what he's been doing lately. If you look at these last, look at this last 10. 9 out of 10 games, he's gone for at least 5. And then what do we have here? 7 straight games with at least 6. So let's see if there's any soft matchups in here. These were all pretty, these were all pretty competitive outings. But even in some of these blowouts, he's still going for 6. 118 to 92 against the Suns on the 20th. He went for 5 in that game. So you guys got to figure that out. You got to go with your gut. But let's look at this last 10, averaging 31.7 minutes a game, just 2.2 fouls, 9.1 potential assists. So yeah, I'm feeling good about 5. I'll take 5. Let's move on here. All right, so Scotty Barnes, what I really liked at first, I was like so close to locking it in, was his rebounds and assists were at 13.5, and I was loving it. And before I could lock it in, they took it away and they made just a demon. So if you get that at 13.5 or 14 even, I still like that a lot, but they haven't bumped his assists yet. So the assists were what I liked more out of the two, over 5.5. And I know that, this last 5 doesn't look so great. I mean, coming off that game against Memphis, he went for 9, but then you got 3 straight games of him just missing it by 1. But the head-to-head looks great. If we take a look at the head-to-head matchup here, both outings against OKC, one was from last year, one was from this year. But last time they played, he went for 8. And then the time before that, he went for 9. So, solid defense. I think he's going to be able to get some facilitating in there. And I think he can go for at least 6 because he tends to pop off in these matchups. We do have a note. They're just this note is just, letting us know what we already see, that he's missed it 4 out of his last 5. So go with your gut. I understand if this one scares you a little bit. But I really loved that rebounds and assists, and when they took it away, I still wanted something for Scotty. And honestly, there wasn't anything else that was popping off to me, but I'm going to be rolling the assists. I think that he'll be able to get us at least 6 tonight. So to the small forward position, the matchup is just middle of the road, 12th in assists allowed. Now we do have to worry about blowout. I mean, there's a lot of that tonight, but these lines aren't too scary in these matchups. Yeah. 19 point spread favoring OKC, 228. So I understand, you have to make your own decision ultimately. Let's see. That would be beautiful if they brought back that rebounds and assists. They don't even like that. Is that back on the board? Let's take a look real quick. Because I already have the assists locked in. I already committed to it. But if the rebounds and assists come back and it's not just a demon, I will probably throw that into a lineup as well. Let's go down here real quick. Oh, they brought it back, 13.5. So yeah, I mean, honestly, I would take that over the assists. But my official play, since I already locked it in, I was telling you guys I'm comfortable taking it. I'll still have my official play be the 5.5 assists, but the 13.5 rebounds and assists is what I really wanted. I'll show you guys why real quick. If we go over to the rebounds and assists, it looks even more juicy to me. Let me see. My cats are trying to get out of the room right now, and this video is already so late. I don't want to. Look at the head-to-head on the rebounds and assists. It looks beautiful. 13.5. This is the last time he matched up. He went for 12 rebounds, 8 assists on the 5th there. And then the rebounds matchup for small forward is juicy, 29th in rebounds allowed. So you guys go with your gut. You can either, sweat out the assists at 5.5 with me, or if you want what I was first looking at, the rebounds and assists, you got that option as well. So let's take a look. Rebounds and assists, they don't like that either, probably because of this blowout potential. These other platforms are getting the line down at 12.5 on some of these, so they're not seeing this as a value on Prizepicks at 13.5. And then they actually like the rebounds and assists less than they like the assists alone. They only have that favored under at a 51.76% odds hit the over minus 125. They like his rebounds over 7.5. So go with your gut. There's plenty of options here, and you don't have to take this play at all if you don't want. But yeah, I got the 5.5 assists locked in. So hopefully it works out for me. All right, last play, Keyonte George, PRA. Let's take a look at the matchup real quick. All green for the matchup. 20th in points allowed, 21st in rebounds allowed, 21st in assists allowed. And then, so I was looking, when I was first checking this out, obviously this is bumped up a little bit because we have no Jordan Clarkson and no Colin Sexton. So they're already bumping his lineup a little bit. That's why there's only showing a 36% hit rate, because most of the time those guys are playing and it affects his minutes. If we take these guys out of the equation, let's just see what it looks like with Colin Sexton out to start. perfect hit rate. He's gone for 34 or more in every game in the 2024 season that Colin Sexton has been out. So I was looking at his assists, looking at his points. I'm like, you know what? I think I just want a little bit of everything because that 26.5 doesn't seem too bad considering his lowest outing was 34. And that was against the Pelicans. It's not like that's just like a super easy, like walk in the park for him. Let's take a look. Do we have a note? No note on this one. And then let's look at his last 5, just to get a little gauge on his minutes lately. So these last 2 games, he's went for 35 PRA. He's cleared this line 3 out of his last 5. And over this 5-game stretch, he's doing it on an average of 28.9 minutes, 48% from the field, 10.8 attempts. Would like to see that come up a little bit, but I'm not too concerned in this particular situation. 36% from beyond the arc, 2 made threes a game over this 5-game stretch. 7.6 rebound chances and 8 potential assists. So he's got a really soft matchup. If we take a look at overall, it's actually pretty soft anyways against the Suns here. But yeah, the shooting guard position in particular, those assists are pretty juicy as well. Let's look at this over under. So yeah, Suns unsurprisingly favored by 8.5. Actually, it is a little bit surprising because in some of these tougher matchups, they've actually had it a little bit closer than I was expecting. We've been seeing a lot of 5.5, 6.5 point spreads. So maybe it's just playing in Phoenix. Let's look at the injury report. Have any significant guys out? It's probably because of the Jordan Clarkson and the Colin Sexton being out that they're giving the Suns a little bit more love here. We also have Ryan Dunn game time decision. If Ryan Dunn doesn't play, that's a huge bonus for dude. I'm so late to some of these trades. I didn't know we got Micic. That's awesome. Suns got Micic. That's great. Still catching up since I've been at the hospital and stuff. But anyways, if Ryan Dunn's out, that's definitely going to be like the Suns in general. When he's playing, their defense just steps up significantly, in my opinion. We also have Bradley Beal game time decision. But yeah, those are the 3 I'm rolling with. I know that they don't look, I feel, I don't want to say apprehensive, but it's like when I jumped on today, it's Flex Friday. We're coming off a sweep. I just wanted to really find some bangers. And these plays don't give me the same feeling that yesterday's plays did, just in full transparency. But I'm running the same process. We've been cashing a lot more often. We've been, whenever we put out plays lately, at least 2 of them are like smashing. And then sometimes we have some close calls. Sometimes we get the sweep. But I'm trusting the process in this. And these, according to the data, according to my same approach that I do every single day, these plays were the plays I wanted to take. So I locked them in. And let me know too. It's Flex Friday, so I always like making like super YOLOs, like trying to make super high multiplier, see if we can get a little bit of short-term life-changing money from a hit. I don't really personally just run like a regular play for my protected. I sort of swing for or shoot for the stars. So I'll probably post that later. Just know that those YOLO slips are way harder to hit. It's not like, you can't even really pull up the same type of data on some of these like boosted demon plays. But I will post that in the community section later if you guys want to see some of the demons that I'm going to be throwing into my protected slip for today. But that's going to cover it. If you guys want to check out Daily Grind, you can get 25% off of any of their tools, including this DFS optimizer that I like to use. Just use code BACKDOOR over at dgfancy.com. They'll give you 25% off for as long as you want to make your first subscription, all the way up to a year if you want. And then if you want to check out my favorite app, Outlier, you can try this app out for free. Just sign up through the link below and they'll give you a week just to see how you like it. And I know you're going to love it. If you do that, just make sure you really get in here, spend some time with it. You can take players in and out of the equation. You can adjust the minutes. Like once you get to know this thing, it will help you cash more, I promise. The optimizer helps too. I'm just such a data guy that I love being able to really dig into some of these weird, some of these weird insights that they'll pull up, like, 7 out of his last 8 games versus bottom 10 defense for assists allowed, different things like that. I love that kind of stuff. So go check it out, try it out for free. There's no pressure there. But guys, I appreciate you tuning in. I promise you, I'm going to get on a better schedule. I'm taking all my stuff to my in-laws, like I mentioned. And they've been awesome helping us out. We could not be doing it without them. It's my first time being a dad, and the sleep has been crazy lately, but everything's going great. I appreciate all the love I've got from you guys. Don't forget to like the video, comment, and good luck, guys. I will be posting that demon slip later on once I get all my plays figured out.